Boy, you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Bromigos podcast.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
So what's going on, people? How are y'all doing on this rainy Thursday? Welcome to the Bromigos podcast. I am
It
Pam
is
Red.
dreary.
You know, it's your boy Dame Money, baby. What's good? What's good?
I'm the hoochie man, but it's gray outside, so I'm a little bleh today.
Isn't everybody? I hate rain. It's the undercover brother, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Can I just say one thing before we start getting the meat and potatoes of the episode?
Yes.
That was so light. That was so
I
light.
hate fall. I hate fall so much.
Oh, who doesn't?
I hate people that make fall like their entire identity.
Yeah.
And it's just like they have like no other nuances to their personality other than, oh my God, fall. Oh my God, Halloween, pumpkin spice, whatever.
Pumpkin
the fuck.
everything. Yeah.
Pumpkin
And
everything.
they wear Uggs too.
Yeah, that.
Bro, I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
fuck
bro,
this
like the girls in Jersey go from pliable season to pumpkin spice season. There's no in between, bro. It's just like straight.
Listen, I understand that. I understand that. But for me, fall is just, in New Jersey anyway, fall is just what is to come for winter, which winters in New Jersey have been notoriously pretty shit the last couple of years. Mike, I know you probably wouldn't know since you just got back about a year ago or so from Germany, but they've been pretty bad the last couple of years. And it's, I hate fall, man, because it just reminds me that it gets colder in just another month or two.
Only thing
I hate the
good
cold.
about fall is fucking football.
That's it. That's really it.
Yes,
that is
football.
really it.
Everything else is trash. Like the weather's trash.
I mean,
People start acting trash. Like fuck this shit.
I'd like to disagree. I mean, I like fall because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I like to hike. So, like, especially during times like this when the weather's not too bad, it's still kind of warm. You go out there, see all the the colors of the leaves and everything, man. Like, nature just looks so beautiful this time of year. It's like my favorite time to go out there.
I will agree because I have a really long entranceway to get into my neighborhood, and it's all surrounded by trees. And when it is fall, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, but I still hate the season. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, rant over. We got a lot to talk about today, guys.
So I think I'm gonna just start it off with everything that's on a lot of people's mind, especially if you're a hip hop fan. Let's talk about Mr. Kanye West, aka Yeezy, aka Ye, aka Yeezus.
He's really trying to be Yeezus if you catch the drift of that, but
I don't know what kind of Yeezus he's trying to be.
It's hard to talk about it because I think everyone's initial reaction is let's just bash Kanye. Let's just fucking trash him. However, I don't want to go that route. I think something's wrong with Kanye. I think something is seriously wrong with him. I think he's having a mental breakdown before all our eyes, and none of his friends are helping him. I mean, he probably doesn't want to listen. He's stubborn and can only calls himself a genius, which he is a musical genius. But it just seems that he needs help. That's just my opinion on it. I think Kanye's friends need to intervene instead of like the people who claim are his friends, like Candance Owens, that bitch. She's such a cunt. Fuck her.
Listen, Candance Owens. You look up coon in the dictionary, Candance Owens picture is right there.
Like, fuck her, bro.
Right there.
I was going back and forth today with some people on Twitter because Candace posted Kanye is no longer allowed to bank at bank with this again. Hold on, let me pull this shit up real quick.
Well, while you pull this up, because
bitches.
give
me 2 seconds.
Yeah. While you pull that up, because I did see, I mean, of all the times that Fox News is in my house, because I've said this before, my parents are very Republican, and I don't watch the news when they're watching it, but I happen to actually be interested because Tucker Carlson had hit Kanye in an interview, and
Of course he did.
I'm not sure, and this is not really to bash Tucker because I don't think it's really his fault, but he's asking questions and Kanye's just answering in like circles. I found it as I'm
All he
watching
does.
it. As I'm watching this interview, he's like talking in so many circles and going off so many different tangents that I don't actually remember what the question was. And I was kind of disappointed because I was hoping he'd kind of be a little bit more well spoken than that because I don't really pay attention to Kanye that much. And I've never really seen interviews from the guy before. So I was like, man, everybody says this guy is a genius, but I'm out here looking at him like this guy is crazy. He's a madman. He literally is talking in circles right now.
I mean, I don't think he's ever actually been the most well-spoken person, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards Kanye. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that, like, if you really think about it, over the past couple of years, Kanye has been so bipolar in his approach to his music and his approach to social media. It's fucking crazy. Like, don't you remember? I don't know if you guys have seen the Yeezus documentary on
Of course.
on Netflix, right? Yeah.
I haven't
So
seen it.
so if you watch that Netflix series, he literally says that after all the Trump stuff, when he was wearing the Make America Great Again hats and everything, he was literally saying that he felt like he was a political pawn. You know, he was being used and he didn't understand it at the time and he learned from it. So what the fuck
He
you
learned
doing
nothing.
now? You clearly
Yeah,
learned
he
nothing.
learned
Yeah.
You as one of the most successful black men in the universe when it comes to music, when it comes to entertainment, fashion, everything. You're going to come out with a shirt that says White Lives Matter and then go on Fox News of all places and say, well, I put White Lives Matter on the shirt because they do. For what? Like,
For who? For what? For
where?
where?
Like, what's the point of that? Like, what do you get out of
So
that?
I don't have a real problem with the White Lives Matter shirt. For me, that's just Kanye being Kanye. Kanye's always doing some wild shit. So that I really don't give an absolute fuck. What does bother me though is that, as you mentioned, he considers him like he felt like he was a political pawn and said that he learned from that. However, it seems that he hasn't in fact learned a goddamn thing and like Candace Owens is using him to push an agenda, whether she wants to agree with it. Like she just came out with
Bye, bitch.
a
Bye,
Black Lives
bitch.
Matter documentary where I think it's called the Black Lives Matter documentary, the lies we were told or sold or some shit like that. So of course she's using Kanye to promote this, right? To promote this. That's hence the because Candace Owens is irrelevant. Like fuck her. Like no one really gives a shit about her. But the thing that bothers me is she went on Twitter and posted a letter that an email, I'm sorry, that Kanye had received from JP Morgan Chase Bank. And this is pretty much a response to the anti-Semitic comments that Kanye had made about Jewish people,
That
right?
shit was fucked
And
up. That was fucked up.
where she wrote 19 hours ago, so yesterday. Earlier today, I learned that Kanye West was officially kicked out of JP Morgan Chase Bank. I was told there was no official reason given, but they sent this letter as well to confirm that until late November, he has until late November to find another bank to place Yeezus empire to bank with. Um, and basically in the letter it says that because of his comments, they no longer would like him to bank with them. Then you have people in her comment section like they are going on back and forth. Oh, free speech, free speech. Like for people who don't understand, you have you have the right to free speech. Say what the fuck you want, right? Feel free. However, there are consequences to those actions. There are consequences to you being free with your speech. Just like you have the right to freedom of speech, people have the right to make a choice whether or not they want to fuck with you. Like it's that I don't understand how people don't understand that. Like, how do you not grasp that concept? Undercover brother, you got the right to say what the fuck you want. Gucci Man, you got the right to say what you want. Dang, you got the right to say what you want. Panama will say whatever the fuck he wants. Now, people also have the right to choose if they want to fuck with us or not.
Right
They
to
have that
choose.
Yeah.
right. You get
Absolutely.
that. It's a choice. You
My
can't.
body,
You
my
can't
choice.
like
Mhm.
and listeners, excuse me. This is just an example, right? I'm gonna say a bunch of fucked up shit, but it's just an example. Fuck chinks, fuck niggers, fuck crackers, fuck spics, right? You can't go out there and say this shit and then be like, oh yeah, we gonna fuck with Panama because he's, yeah, fuck him. Fuck the wetbacks. Fuck, like what? Like what?
Jesus Christ,
Bro,
hitting all the notes.
Could we get the
Bro,
fucking jail
you
sound
can't say
effect?
that. Hey, by the way, for those who don't
Jail.
know, I love all people. Oh, I'm not going to jail. I'm not even gonna press that. Fuck that. I'm Panamanian.
I already pressed it. I pressed it for myself.
Jail.
There you go.
No, bro. I don't understand this shit. Like, how do people not grasp that?
You saying that shit, it really reminds me, how we talking about Dave Chappelle all the time, bro. But that's some real shit right there. You have the freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. But you're gonna have to be able to deal with the consequences that come after that. And some comedians say some pretty wild shit. Now, of course, you want them to laugh at your stuff, but some people might take that shit seriously and act out, and they have every right to. They have every right to. You don't have to like everything everybody says. You don't have to like every joke. But I feel like sometimes people don't understand the context in which people are saying things. And we know he's saying this for comedic relief. When you hear someone like Kanye say the things he says on Twitter and also do the things he does. Remember, I told you guys earlier. I don't know if you guys seen the video or even heard about it yet, because it was on
I saw it a little bit, but I was like, all right, that's way too wild.
Now, this is one of the moments where, like I said in the group chat, Kanye West needs to be punched in the fucking face.
But what does that help, though? What does that help?
So
clearly,
I feel you, but when you're at a meeting with executives of a big time company, a company that pays you, gave you ownership, you go to an executive meeting and show them some porn on your phone as a metaphor for the relationship that you have, basically saying that Adidas was fucking him. I don't know what the situation is. That's basically what he was saying. And then you had someone record it and they post that shit. That shit is crazy to me, man. Like, how is a grown man you gonna do that?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, how you gonna do that to another grown man's face?
I don't understand it.
It's despicable, bro. To me, that's crazy.
Now, the real question is, how did all this happen? Like, his whole downward spiral with, like, his mental health and everything lashing out at. That's what I was thinking. It might be her
saying the same fucking thing.
Two great minds think alike, Mike.
Too.
I was talking to some people that I work with, and I literally said that a lot of dudes that fuck with the Kardashians end up on some really type of they must have some mind control pussy. I swear to God, because god damn, bro, everybody that fucks with them, granted, like you brought up the Kanye documentary on Netflix. What I took away from that was that Kanye, he's not all there. It seems like he may have Asperger's or something like that, aside from a bipolar disorder.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe. Honestly, maybe the way he talks, you gotta tell too.
Or some form of like mild autism, something. He doesn't seem like he's all there. It just doesn't seem that way, right? So
when you get a chance, I want to play a clip. So
go ahead, play that shit.
Yeah, because this actually comes from a post from the Brilliant Idiots, who I know, I think Dante and Mike watch a lot or listen to a lot. And
I love that podcast.
There's a post, and I'm not sure if it'll come up on audio or the audio will come up on the screen, but I'm going to try anyway. So give me 1 second here, because
I was going to say Andrew Schultz is the best comedian in the game right now. Fight me on it.
All right, is that coming through?
I see the screen. I don't hear it.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
You gotta turn it on.
No, not coming through.
Nope. I don't hear it. Nope. That's terrible.
Oh, that sucks, man. I wanted to play something, and it was basically Charlemagne making a point about he was making a point like if this was a message from Kanye to say like, oh, we don't like Black Lives Matter, the organization, then why not just make it about the organization and not about the actual speech Black Lives Matter versus White Lives Matter. And I thought that, listen, I don't normally agree with Charlemagne on a lot of things, but I listened to him say that, or at least along the lines of that, because I can't, obviously the video is not playing for whatever reason. So that was the point I believe he was making. And I thought that was a very well-made point. If that is what it was about, why start bringing in the overall social, not social, but why bring in the message behind the words? Why not just go after the actual organization? Like, because, like you said, Candance Owens is making this documentary and all that garbage. Why not just go after the organization that clearly is corrupt in some way, shape, or form? And there's been more than enough evidence to prove that, in my opinion.
Like, the thing you don't understand when it comes to the Black Lives Matter thing is that, first of all, Black people already know about the organization. We know how they operate. It's an organization. They were trying to make money. We know this, but we're in support of the movement. The message has nothing to do with the organization. And I think that's the thing that Black people have an issue with other Black people that are against the Black Lives Matter movement. They're like, oh, the money they're stealing, and they're buying houses, and like, that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. And plus, all the money that's donated towards Black Lives Matter is not necessarily towards the organization either. It's like a message at this point, to where if you do these things, if you like donate to Black Lives Matter, it might go into a Black owned business, or it might go to a Black school district or something like that. You don't have to necessarily donate it to the organization. We know how corrupt they are. It's a business.
I was going to say, so if that's what it's going to, then why hasn't there been reports on it? Because I haven't seen a single report.
But the thing is, I'm not sure if it's a couple months ago, there was some news release about the Black Lives Matter being corrupt with the money and how they were allocating the money. Like one of the founders had held on to some of that money, right? Name me one organization in this country that is devoid of corruption, right? But they want to take the movement and box it together with the corruption and say, this is what Black Lives Matter stands for, and this is how we're going to discredit the entire movement because of a couple people. Just like we say all white people aren't racist, are we going to say all white people are racist because of a few bad apples? Are we going to say all police officers are bad because of a few bad apples? Like, no. Don't box in together the entire movement because of a few bad apples, right? And I can't, like, I'm trying not to get fired up because this kind of shit literally gets me going, because I just can't. Like, I can't. Like, Jesus needs help, bro. Yeah. Fuck Candance Owens, stop using this motherfucker. The dude needs help. He don't need to be beat the fuck up. He needs to be institutionalized. And people need to help that man get on the fucking track so he can go back to making fire fucking music.
This is the last thing I gotta say about that. I'm sorry, Matt.
You say that. I have one last thing I want to say too.
All right, bet. What I really think people need to do, especially his celebrity friends, since his only two best friends in the game are Future and Justin LeBoy. That shit's fucking weird. Anyways, Kanye's friends need to stop going out in public and saying, oh, Kanye's a genius. Kanye's a genius. What they need to start saying is, yo, I love Kanye. That's my guy. But please get him some help. If more celebrities start coming out and saying, yo, he needs help, first, that's showing you care. And we're just not harping on his creative genius. We know he's a creative genius. We know that. But there's clearly something going on, and either people are just ignoring it or they just don't care. I
think it's both. I think it's both, because look at who he's surrounded with. Him and Antonio Brown are part of Donda Sports or whatever, and they're both both need mental help. But they're just,
he's associated with Antonio Brown too.
Yeah, they're both part of Donda Sports,
bro.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
So they both need mental help, and they either both ignore the fact or just everyone around them doesn't want to say anything.
Yeah, because
they're just yes men. That's what my problem is. They're surrounded by yes men.
Yeah, like
thank you. It's 3:00. But yeah, they're surrounded by yes men, and they need to change that, because if they're just going to be surrounded by people saying, no, you're doing good, you're doing fine, and they keep doing stuff like, Kanye and his questionable tweets, Antonio Brown flashing his junk at women in a pool, then nothing's going to change.
I've seen that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You didn't hear about that?
This was last week.
I didn't hear
in the pool. He pulled out his fucking anaconda for people and shit. And yeah, bro.
He was
But
literally
here's
like
the thing, though.
jumping on a
Antonio-
woman with his bare ass hanging out at him.
Yeah, I mean, but
It was like
Antonio Brown
sexual
plays
assault.
football, right?
This one has a bad blur. This one has a bad blur.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
add it to the
you
stream.
No, don't pull that shit
Oh
up.
my
That's a better
god!
one. That's a
Oh
better
my god!
What
And then there's his ass hanging out.
I can't.
He's loving it. This is Antonio Brown.
Oh
Oh my
God.
god.
Oh my
She does not want any of that in her face.
Hold on, I have to. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. This is whole ass right in that woman's face.
Yeah, poor
Oh
woman.
my god.
She should go
And
ahead
then
and
he's
start
like,
licking it.
fuck it. Here, look. You look at
Yeah,
this. You look
yeah,
at this.
look at my
There's some
dick.
people on there. You look at it. Yeah.
Is that the Johnson right there?
That is the Johnson.
Yeah, he's holding his gun. This is a horrible. By the way,
Wait, is he
from
a
the-
record?
it looks like-
Wait, is he a
it
record?
looks like he's well endowed. It looks like Brother Man is well endowed. You know what I'm
It
saying?
certainly looks like.
For all you people who are going to see this, Antonio Brown is motherfucker. Oh my god, man! Bitches like that's a huge dick.
Wait. He's not actually hard. Is he hard right now?
It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
it. The photo makes it certainly.
There's
look
another
like
one with a bad blur that I'm not gonna show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
don't.
that's,
Yeah,
That's a
please don't.
baseball
bat. See this motherfucker.
That's definitely a baseball bat someone dropped
Yeah,
in the
so
pool.
I guess this happened in Dubai, and he can like face lifetime in prison for this if he's convicted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because they don't fuck around in the Middle East when it comes to
No.
when it comes to
That's
sexual
why. That's what
assault
happens when you
shit.
go to these fucking Middle Eastern countries. People forget they fucking there is Islamic
Brittany
country.
Griner.
They will
Not-
literally chop
do
his
not-
cock off
hold
for
on.
that. They will chop his cock off for that, man. I swear.
Do not
That's a
promote
relic.
it.
Anyway,
Wait,
that's enough of
no,
that.
wait.
That's enough of that.
You know the media work. What the fuck happened with Brittany Griner? Like,
She's
still in
found-
prison as far as I know.
Found guilty. That's it.
How's she doing?
Be in
How's she
jail,
doing? I'm
bitch.
good.
jail, bitch.
Yeah.
You
Terrible.
get
Uh,
dumbass.
What terrible,
So-
man.
Oh man.
So,
So I had one more thing to add on the Kanye thing because apparently there's a Forbes article that came out within the last day or so. Actually, I think it came out yesterday. It says Kanye's troubles deepen. Ex-TMZ staffer says the star praised Hitler. So there's some new allegations about Kanye West's history of anti-Semitic remarks surfaced amid a cascade of recent statements from the rapper about Jews, with a former TMZ staffer, who's not named, so I can tell this is probably bullshit, claiming that West said he loved Hitler and Nazis back in 2018 on a visit to the news company's studio. So this literally, they're not named or nothing, but apparently this is a fucking reputable TMZ source, which I'm sure we can segue into something on that in a second.
Listen, man, when it comes to TMZ, I've been saying this since the very first time I watched TMZ. They are trash news. All they do is trash people. They get into people's personal lives. This is exactly why we know too much about celebrities that we don't fucking need to know. And also the thing that when we compare it to Kanye or we connect it to Kanye, the thing that I hate the most is that TMZ all the time is just posting these articles about all this crap Kanye is doing. And we can clearly see, the public can clearly see there's something wrong. Why are you promoting this kind of stuff? Just because it's entertaining?
It
You
gets
don't wanna help
clicks,
this guy
man.
out.
Clicks, likes,
Just
views.
entertainment. You're gonna
well, that's with
broad-
anything in general.
you know, you're
That's
gonna
with anything with the news.
bro.
That's why I hate
Clicks,
that
like
kind of
views.
stuff,
That's what it's
man.
about.
you know,
That's
they
what makes
post
it roll around.
terrible shit. Like I remember a couple years ago during the pandemic, you know, when all this Will Smith shit was coming out, like there was news that you weren't hearing on any other bigger mainstream news service. You know what I'm talking about, like ABCs, the NBCs,
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, they're not gonna talk
But-
about that.
They were dropping shit about Will Smith that was so private and personal. Number one, I'm like, how the fuck do you get this information in the first place? And I'm like, just as a source of news, why would you want to get so deep into somebody's personal life and talk about that shit and broadcast it to the entire world?
But you might want to correct
Other
yourself.
forms of
They're celebrity news, right?
Mhm.
They're celebrity news.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what-
all about entertainment purposes.
So, I mean, I don't know why you're acting so appalled and shocked
I'm not shocked. I'm just not a fan. Like I just hate that shit, and I know it's gonna always be here. I get it. It's just
I personally don't. I don't come across TMZ shit too often.
Yeah.
And I don't care because I understand what they represent and how they make their money and get their views and clicks and whatever the fuck they do. That's what they do. They're probably all over the fucking slap when he slapped Chris Rock. They're probably all over that shit immediately. So it's one of those things. Unfortunately, we live in a society that we like to watch shit crash and burn. We like to watch it. I was literally the other night, I was high as fuck watching car accidents. Why? Because people like to watch shit crash and burn. Yeah.
Hey, that's why I like NASCAR.
No, that's not normal.
It's okay. I watched it.
You talk about Kanye needs to be in a mental institution, nigga. You better.
Oh, bro, I know I need help. That's why I smoke weed. I don't see it. You ain't saying nothing new. Speaking of needing help, so I don't know if y'all have had the chance to watch Netflix's second biggest series ever.
Dahmer. Yes.
I haven't seen it because I don't have Netflix. I don't have Netflix, so I don't see it. So.
I started watching it yesterday. First
time. I've seen it. I don't have Netflix either, but a group of my friends just watched it through.
No, I'm gonna try not to spoil too much of it for you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna spoil? We know what the fuck.
I mean, but listen, this is probably the most uncomfortable thing I have ever watched in my life.
Hasn't bothered me yet.
How many episodes in are you? How many episodes are there, and how many episodes?
The first episode. No, Matt. The first episode was like,
yeah.
Oh my. He
wasn't
even killing anybody. It was just so uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. So I'm gonna tell you the one, and I'm gonna ruin this for you a little bit. And I'm sorry, but I have to talk about this one scene in particular, where his neighbor, I believe her name, and somebody could Glenda, I think her name is.
Yeah, Glenda Davis or something.
I believe her name is Glenda. Somebody correct me on that.
I think it definitely is Glenda. I'll look that up real quick.
But anyway, he's
Glenda Cleveland. That's her name.
Yeah. Glenda Cleveland. So he picks her. So Jeffrey Dahmer goes out. He picks up some dude. She overhears the arguing and the struggle. Mind you, she's trying to sleep. She overhears the arguing. And what connects their apartments is a vent, right? So she can hear everything that goes on in his apartment. So she hears the guy screaming. She hears the struggle. She hears the choking, which is whatever. We've all heard that in movies. The part that is freaky is you hear the drilling.
That's
to drill into their skulls to try to turn them into zombies so they didn't leave, right? So you hear the drilling and the sawing and the cutting, and bro, she's just laying there in bed trying to sleep, and you're just hearing this. Now, could you imagine?
How could you sleep,
bro? You can't. She didn't.
Yeah,
she didn't. Could you imagine listening? Like, my neighbor bumps the music and I'm pissed off. I could, bro, if this motherfucker saw it, like, it just goes, the premise around the whole movie, I mean, it talks about him, but what they do a good job of doing is showing the victims, and
backstory was good too.
The racist, the backstory is great. How it all started, like his dad, his parents, mind you,
it's his dad's fault.
I don't feel bad for the dude, how his story ended, but you can see how he got to where he eventually ended up because of the dysfunction at home, because his dad, no one was around to raise this dude like this. I mean, like, no one saw the signs. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be fucking performing operations on fucking
roadkill.
Roadkill. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. You know what I'm saying? All the signs were there that he was a troubled child and no one did anything. The movie it's good because you can't stop watching it, but it's so uncomfortable to watch. Like, I'm not uncomfortable about anything. I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, very uncomfortable.
I think my problem with series such as this is because I feel as though as a society we're glorifying serial killers a little bit too much.
Well, no, there's some people who do that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like here's the thing. Like, I know I know for a fact that there's true crime podcasts up the ass that that have thousands of episodes dedicated to Jeffrey Dahmer. I bet. I know they're probably
of course.
But but then you go on social media and then you see how all these people like sexualize them. It's really like fucking disturbing. Like when the Ted Bundy thing dropped a couple of years ago and everybody was on top of the Ted Bundy thing, it's like, oh, he was so hot, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but that was going on back then too. That was part of the draw of him.
Yeah,
that was part of that was nothing new. He's a good looking dude.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, but my point is, like, we know what he did.
Yeah.
If you don't know what he did, and you're like, if you don't know what he did, it's like, oh, he's a good looking guy. Okay,
that's what I'm saying,
understand
though, like,
that.
Even when he was on trial, people already knew what he did, but they were sending girls were sending him mail in jail, panties, food, everything. Like Ted Bundy was getting it all. Like he was murdering women, and women were slobbering over him while he was on TV.
I just don't understand what it is nowadays about us just being so like we're just like glorifying serial killers as if they were celebrities. Going back to the celebrity thing, like we basically are like all up in there, like, oh my god, he was a serial killer. That's so interesting. Oh my god, Becky.
Some people use that as they're like, oh, it's an aesthetic. Oh, you look so hot.
Yeah, no, like you're insane.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I think
the Ted Bundy thing, though, I think that's because when they remade it, they had Zac Efron play as Ted Bundy, and they're like, oh, you know what? Ted Bundy wasn't actually that bad.
Oh yeah, because Zac Efron played him. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still Troy Bolton from High School Musical.
Alex Jones said it was all fake.
Thanks, man.
Oh fuck
Thanks,
that. Me too. Alex Jones was all fake though.
Oh, Alex Jones.
Listen, I don't even want to talk about Alex Jones. All I'm gonna say is fuck Alex Jones. Fuck him. They should take his whole net worth. Fuck him. Fuck him.
That's basically his whole net worth.
He's about to give up his entire net worth.
Take it.
He's about to give up. That's a
small loan of $1 billion.
$965. Yeah, he better go ask his boy Trump. Donald Trump, babe. So, but back to that real quick. How many people you think this Halloween is Jeffrey Dahmer?
A lot. It's already trending on Twitter and TikTok. People are going to dress up as Jeffrey Dahmer, and I'm telling you, something's gonna happen.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I've already seen memes of people just taking random pictures of other people that like, oh, this looks like Jeffrey Dahmer. Or there was one video where it's like, oh, this bathroom's dark. What's in here? They turn on the light. Oh my god, it's Jeffrey Dahmer. And it's a guy who looks like Jeffrey Dahmer.
I seen a skit of like Jeffrey Dahmer, like he invites a guy to his house and then he's gonna try and kill him and stuff. Like, first of all, it's a very well made skit. It's funny, but it's like, God, that it's also very uncomfortable knowing what probably was going to happen after the fact, and especially after hearing the fucking shit with the sawing and the drill and all that shit.
Bro, so disturbing, bro.
But that's my point. That just basically proves my point of how much we glorify that shit.
With TikTok,
this is a well-known fact. I didn't know this about it until I watched the movie, but this is a well-known fact, so I can speak on. The fact is, and they portray this in the movie, where he picked up this kid.
No, this one was gross, man.
And the kid, they're in his apartment and they have a conversation because the kid was trying to get beer, trying to get alcohol, and he wasn't old enough.
Boone's Farm.
And he ends up buying some alcohol for the kid and going back to his apartment. The thing that bothered me the most about it, there's two things. One, the kid made it known that he was 14 fucking years old. And two, after he drugged the kid and left him in the apartment, he left. The kid managed to escape, right? Then his neighbor, along with her niece and a friend, I believe, found the kid outside, called the police. So as the police are there, Dahmer walks up and they're like, oh, that's him. That's whose apartment he was in. Dahmer convinces the police that this was his gay lover, and they help take him back to his fucking apartment, in which he then proceeded to kill this 14-year-old boy.
Yep. Because the worst part about it, Matt, was that when he brought him back into the apartment, the police officers were like, well, does he actually live here? And They found the hand. They like that was not the handcuff ones. They found the pictures, right? Showed them the pictures. They're like, oh, see, this is my boyfriend. So then it was like, all right, sir. And now first of all, what I really like about it is how historical it was. You notice how homophobic those police officers were. Literally,
Yeah.
when the cops left, they were like, "Oh well, we got to go take a shower now," because
Yeah.
So
this was back
when
during
it
what, the 80s?
no, it's 1990s, like
This was
93.
90s. Yeah, this
Yeah.
was the 90s.
Yeah.
But
And
the thing that was crazy about that shit, bro, was like after all this shit happened, man. That's what I like about cinematography. They take the camera and put it in the neighbor's
Apartment?
house, neighbor's
Yeah.
apartment. And throughout the entire show, Matt, they constantly show the vent, and all you hear are the noises. You never see it, it's just the noises. And that shit's eerie as fuck. And you saw him pick up the drill, then they switched, they're looking through the vent, and all you heard was the drill just going. And I'm just like, wow. And he's like, it's gonna feel like a lobotomy.
They do a very good job of showing the homophobia and racism during that time, because really the cops could have stopped him at like victim number 5.
Yeah,
if they
all
had
the
only
signs were there.
listened. Like in the beginning, you hear Glenda Cleveland yelling when they've arrested Jeffrey Dahmer, and you hear her yelling, "I told y'all, I've been calling you for months, and what did y'all do? Y'all
she was
did
black?
nothing."
Yes.
Yeah, she was a
Oh,
black
that's
lady.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he moved into a black neighborhood because, according to him, that was the only thing he could afford.
It was cheap.
Yeah. So it shows. And the thing is about those cops from the incident with the 14-year-old boy, they got fired by the police chief, and then the union got them reinstated, and then they gave them an award.
Cops protect cops, man.
They do. And that's
Well,
the
it
thing.
wasn't necessarily even the cops; it was the unions that were protecting.
Well,
I guess
I
it's
mean,
still the
it's
cops.
still cops.
Yeah.
The union's probably ran by
But
cops.
yeah, that is true. You're right. You're right.
So it's and you know what? I have no problem with protecting your own, but you know what? You also need to hold your own accountable. And it's something that still goes on today where people don't. And I don't want to get into the whole cop thing. I want to keep the focus on the movie, but it just goes to show that we still deal with a lot of those things today. And because of those cops and their failure to do their jobs properly, 17 people were killed.
Yeah. That's nuts.
That's wild.
One thing that I kept seeing is that, like, Jeffrey Dahmer was racist. I don't necessarily think he was.
No, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that. I just think he was trying to get what he could, like the apartment complex he moved into. It was cheap. He kept moving from job to job to job because some way he was somehow getting fired from said job. And as for, oh, well, he kept murdering black people. I don't think he was racist in that. It's just
because he murdered.
He's just
white
taking
people.
what he can get. Yeah, he murdered white people too, but he was just getting what he could get. That's the way I see it.
I don't see it as any form of racism. And actually, I looked into it because for a while after I saw the show, I couldn't get it out of my head. So I looked into things. The thing that I found interesting, he wasn't necessarily malicious in his intent with killing people. He didn't want to necessarily kill them. He just didn't want them to leave because he had childhood trauma from his dad. Like, these motherfuckers left him in his house for 3 months, bro. His dad left and lived in a hotel, and his mom, at the end of the divorce, took his younger brother and just left. So for 3 months, this mentally disturbed 17-year-old going on 18 was left alone in his house to deal with all the demons that he had going on and trying to resist this urge that he found out, because it was sexual in the beginning. It was just sexual. Then after he had done it a couple times, he felt compelled to kill people, but that's because he didn't want them to leave. So I don't necessarily feel bad, but I'm a person that like to be objective when I look at things. It makes sense, bro. Like, you have all that fucked up all these issues going on in your head. Of course, at some point it's all gonna manifest itself.
Yeah, speaking of the serial killer shit, there's a new movie coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he plays Jim Jones.
Does he have a girlfriend who's like 24?
I was gonna say,
25,
does he kill only 25 and over year olds? Because it seems like that might actually be the case.
Once you turn 25, you're out.
Funny as hell.
Oh man, Leo DiCaprio, bro. Leo fucking DiCaprio. I don't understand that dude. Dude's damn near 50, ain't he?
Yeah.
He likes him young, but as soon as you get to 25, it's like, all right, that's close to 30. I'm out.
Y'all know.
I like him closer to 20.
Y'all know about that shit though, right? Like Jim Jones and all that shit. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard about it, but I don't.
Was it the Johnsonville massacre or whatever?
No. I'm not even gonna get into the whole story. I really don't want to. But out of every single serial killer, he scares me the most because he did it through religion, and that shit. That's why I'm like, it went from a religion to a cult. Like, how the fuck?
Religion is a cult. I said it.
We know that. It's been known. That's been known. Everyone knows all religions are cults. I don't care what affiliation.
I want to make sure we know this because fuck religion.
That doesn't. Now I'm not gonna say fuck religion and all that.
Fuck organized religion. There you go. Fuck organized religion.
Yeah,
you should be entitled to believe what you want to believe, but organized religion,
for real.
I don't even want to get into that because we should say that for a whole nother day.
If you could take your entire church and make them travel across the world to another country and have them live on a reservation for the rest of their lives, are you fucking kidding me? Nah.
Those are weak-minded people, in my opinion.
The thing with his story is that you would never see signs of a serial killer from this. He was a pastor. He's a pastor, and then bam, kills hundreds, bro. Babies too. Kill the babies first. Like, I'm not ready for that. But we need to get off the serial killer shit.
Yo, how do y'all feel? Okay, so I don't know if y'all had a chance to see what happened with Davante Adams.
Oh,
I did hear about that. Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Now, or is he gonna be fine?
No, he got charged with like
he got charged. You're right. He got charged.
Which I think is a bit excessive.
Very excessive.
I think it was a bit excessive.
Yeah, he even came out. I think it was yesterday, and he was he just flat out was like, "Listen,
it's not like he maliciously intended on."
No,
I think it was a heat of the moment thing. He made a poor decision. Should he have faced a suspension by the league? Sure, I agree with that.
But it's not the league charging him, though.
No, it's not.
It's the individual that he pushed that is charging him.
Yeah. Now, what is it? What is he? He probably doing it because it's Davante Adams.
He just signed a massive contract with the Raiders.
Yeah,
gotta get your payday.
That's it. He gonna get a bag. That's all he's looking for.
Everybody gotta get a bag. You know.
Yeah.
Take the deal, get the bag. Take the plea, get the bag. That's how it is.
That's all he's looking for. Fucking trash ass.
But
it was a little out of character for Davante Adams, and he shouldn't have done that. He came out and apologized. He should have to face some type of ramifications for his actions, which I believe 1, maybe 2 game suspension. That's it at the most. Anything else beyond that, I feel like, because it's not like he fucked him up. He gave him a little push. He yeeted him out the way. You know what I'm saying? The guy probably was on the ground like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?"
Not for nothing, though. Not for nothing. If I was Davante Adams and I went from playing with Aaron Rodgers, putting up some of the best stats of my entire career, going to be 0-5 with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they're 0-5.
Oh, they're 1-5.
They're 1-4.
1-4 actually.
1-4. Okay, I didn't know they won a game. I thought they were 0-5. If I went from Aaron Rodgers to that, I'd be a little bit upset too, especially in the way that they lost their last game. But it's still not an excuse to push someone that has literally nothing to do with the situation.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, and speaking of sports, speaking of pushing, my man Draymond.
Oh, I want, yeah. So what the fuck was up with Draymond and Poole, man? I've seen the video, but I don't know why it happened.
Man. This is how it is. First of all, should Draymond have punched him? No, but I'm not even going to talk about that. Because first of all, the real issue is that video got released to the public. That's the problem.
Yes.
If anyone doesn't know, that's professional sports for you. That's basketball. You will fight in practice. It's happened before. You've never seen Steve Blake. You never heard the Steve Kerr story where Jordan
Yeah.
punched Steve in the face? That shit
Yeah.
happens all the time. That's normal. But it's the fact that the video dropped to the public. Somebody in that facility, somebody in that organization definitely dime that shit to TMZ so they can make money off of it. I don't know
They
what
have an in-house problem for sure.
that's terrible. Because when you have a championship organization and you're gonna have a member of your organization that's gonna stab a player in the back, especially a big time star for your franchise in the back like that, and you put the entire franchise, the entire organization at risk. Now they've been terrible press. We're supposed to be cheering on the Warriors and being excited for their next season after just winning a championship. But now going into the first game of the season, what's everyone going to talk about? Well, this is the very first game that Draymond and Jordan Poole are playing in together since the punch. Like, no, bro. Like, why are we talking about this? Like, and now Draymond has to go on a whole freaking apology tour, and he has to talk to the press, which is understandable. But all of this is happening because this video was released. If Draymond would have pushed a motherfucker, maybe we would have heard about it on Twitter, or maybe he just would have punched him. We wouldn't have heard about it. Been an in-house thing. Bam, that's how it should be. Same way I feel about Ime. You know, so like that's definitely an in-house problem, bro.
Yeah.
Those should never be out in the public.
But what was the reason for the actual punch, though? Because that's the only thing I haven't seen was the reason behind the actual
a lot
confrontation.
of speculation as to what has been. What I think it is, and Dante probably chime on this after I go, but I think it's probably Jordan Poole's been feeling himself. He's playing well. He's a champion now.
It's because he knows he's going to get a bag. That's the thing.
Probably gassed. He's probably feeling himself, as a lot of young players do. And he's, walking around big dick style. You know what I'm saying? It's probably what is going on. And Draymond, a vet in the league, he's done it before. He's probably like, humble yourself, young buck. Words were exchanged. Jordan Poole pushed him. You got a box.
I mean, from what Draymond has said at the presser, he basically was like, yo, he's going through a lot of stuff right now. And that's kind of been well known. The specifics haven't been public, but there has definitely been some things going on in Draymond's personal life that he's going through. So he's looking out for that. And I understand that. But on top of that,
mute your phone.
When you're in like the moment, right? In practice, that kind of stuff will happen. And I definitely think, like Mike said, Jordan Poole probably is feeling himself a little bit, but I really don't feel like that was the whole
situation.
Not the whole thing. They were probably chirping back at each other. Draymond probably had all this built up anger. Jordan pushed him, and his first reaction was buyout. And let me tell you something, holy shit, that was a good punch.
It was.
He knocked him the fuck out.
It was clean, dropped him to the floor. And you know what the worst part is? Draymond helped him up too. Imagine getting knocked.
Yo, he can't ever.
I forgot about that.
Yo, Jordan Poole can never talk shit to nobody going forward. Nobody. Because let me tell you something. If I'm playing against Jordan Poole and he chirping at me and he start getting ready to buck at me, I say, why you ain't bucking Draymond like that, bro?
Well, I had seen in the past where Draymond had talked about, Jordan Poole likes to trash on people. He's like, yeah, that's good. I like it. I like that when they do that. And then talks trash to him and they just pops him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we weren't there. I agree. The video should have never got out to begin with.
Yeah,
so they need to check in-house, and some people need to be fired. Like Stephen A said, people need to be fired. Like, fuck that shit.
Somebody's gotta go.
Yeah,
okay.
For real.
Wait. I don't care who it is. It could be the head coach, it could be GM, it could be secretary, it could be whatever. Someone needs to be fired. Okay? That's the bottom line.
That's actually a pretty good Stephen A impression. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was a fucking soundbite for a minute. I thought that was a soundbite until I saw you start talking and moving around. I'm like, oh shit, that was hot.
I got some impressions. And speaking of, did you see with Patrick Mahomes on the sideline from the Raiders game Monday night where he was like talking trash? He was like, I'm here. But someone did it in the Kermit voice because he's on the Kermit. He's like, I'm here. I was cracking up over that.
It's not easy being green.
Oh my god, that's a good Kermit voice. I ain't gonna lie.
I would love Patrick Mahomes to just like go up to the podium one day when doing a pressure and be like, "Hey home, That'd be so funny.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes here. It's good to see everybody. Did we hear Miss Piggy said I'd be home by 8? Wait, is that Piggy over there? It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, definitely Miss Piggy. Have you seen his wife? Goddamn.
Don't even talk about that or his brother. Wasted night, by the way.
His lame ass brother, bro.
Yeah. That's the definition of
he literally has.
He's like 6'6", and all he does is do the TikToks.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna say anything about Jackson because I don't want the cancel culture to come get me. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself on this one.
I want it. Bring all the cancel culture my way.
About who? His brother? Is that his brother's name? Jackson
Mahomes.
Yeah.
Listen here, people. Y'all can come for me because I don't give a fuck. Jackson Mahomes is a 100% turd, bitch ass, light skinned nigga who has no business being famous. Fuck him. I'm looking into I'm talking to you, Jackson. Fuck you. You're pathetic. Your mama should have swallowed you, motherfucker. Fuck you. How you gonna have a brother like Patrick Mahomes and be such a bitch? I mean, bro, for real. Like, fuck him. Y'all want to cancel me? Cancel me. Fuck that motherfucker. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. I don't care. I do not care.
I can't hold it. I tried to hold it in. I can't hold it.
Fuck him.
I'm totally putting that on Twitter now, Mike. You know that, right? I'm tagging him and everything now.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
How you go? He behaved like, bro. I would hate to have him as my brother. I would whoop his ass. Like, real shit. If he was my brother, we would have to fight. We would 1,000% would have to fight. Like, what?
I wonder if they fought already. Because keep in mind, like last season, they were up in the fucking news. Yes. Him and his wife.
Bro, it's so funny how different they are. Like, Patrick Mahomes is a superstar football player, and his brother is just some dude who's making money off TikTok off his brother. I mean, the only thing they have in common is that, they both like playing with balls.
Bro.
Whoa. Hey.
I would literally.
You said it, not me. He just said 2 minutes ago, I don't want cancel culture coming my way.
Yo, if it were me, right, I would have to remind my wife, be like, listen, bitch.
Jesus, Mike.
But you signed a prenup, right? So you don't get none of this.
It's not about
you. Keep acting the way you do, you're going to be on the street by yourself.
It's about me, not you.
Yeah, like...
I bring the money. I bring the money.
Like, you not... What did Chuck say? You not the bus driver, you the bus rider.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. You cannot be acting this way when you eating off of me because I'm famous. Like, come on, Pat, my homie. You gotta let these motherfuckers know, bro. Like, no. What's up,
Russell Wilson, dude? He can upgrade from draft night.
Yeah, man. This is my message to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick, buddy, don't let that white woman control you.
No, bro.
It's not 200 years ago.
No,
you're not in shackles. You have money now. You control her.
Yes.
You control her.
Yes.
Look. Millions of dollars.
You got a house white girl. You need a field white girl.
Yeah, bro.
Okay?
No. You ain't a field nigga no more. No, you the master.
No. He would have been.
I'm glad you said it and not me.
He'd be in the house. He got good hair.
Hey, Mahomes, look.
I'm saying who's cooking? Who's cooking?
I'll say, look at my screen. This is what Russell Wilson had on draft night. I'm just saying, it's not too late. You can upgrade. You can still upgrade.
Oh, shit.
You can still upgrade.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
That's not the Sierra.
Yo,
that's not the Sierra.
Terrible. Look at that right there.
What an upgrade. That's a woman that knows that she was. That's a woman that thought in that moment she was going to be rich.
She thought she was going. She's like, I always secure the bag, baby.
Wait, all right.
Hey, she looks like a glizzy gladiator. Look at how big her mouth is. Look at that.
Boy, I bet she's a throat for real. Look at that shit.
Look at his mouth. Look at hers.
Yeah, she like twice the size.
About as big as those damn hoops.
Glizzy gobbler.
No, she sucked.
Oh, you know it from the back too.
Yeah, it's like it's deep back there, man.
Yeah, look at her throat too. I can't even see her tonsils. Look at that.
You have to imagine that's why they were together. There's no other reason.
Of course.
Oh yeah, she definitely got the super sucks, no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. No cap. Just no cap.
Yeah, boy.
This is also a biology class. You know, we're speaking about biology and anatomy here, people. We're not sexualizing women. You know, we're just talking about the anatomy of her facial structure. Because she could definitely deep throat that thing.
You mean
remember, Dante. Remember, Dante. You don't objectify women, right? You don't like being objectified.
Objectify me, baby. Or something revealing for you.
No. Yo, you know, being objectified. You know how I told y'all, right? You know, I'm coaching a basketball team now. So like, bro. So the other day I was all in my get up. I had the college shirt on, I had the khakis on, the belt. I felt like a real coach, you know. But it's like it's the first time I coached in like 2 years. So my like first AAU game, bro.
Did they win?
I don't want to talk about that, man.
Oh shit! What you're trying to say is your team suck.
Listen, I don't want my parents to ever see this. Okay.
No, I want them to see it.
Yo,
it's gonna go up on YouTube. Everyone's gonna see it. Doesn't matter at this point.
To be respectful for the organization that I'm working for, I'm not going to speak any further on that matter.
They suck. He's saying it without saying it.
They pay me money, so I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
Okay, they suck though.
But I'm gonna say is this, man. So I'm at this tournament, right? And I guess my pants were on like kind of tight with the belt and shit. Yo, my girl walks up behind me and she's like, "Yo, your ass looks great today." Like, and she's trying to grab my shit, and I'm like, "Hey, yo, like."
There are
like,
kids
whoa,
here.
Do this. But it's a crazy thing. She said, "You're blue."
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And then she said, and then I get the, "Yo, you're blowing up in the group chat right now. I'm telling everybody." I'm like, the fuck?
Blowing up for what? Did she take a picture of your ass?
Yeah.
Check her. Somebody give her a check.
We talked about it in the chat. I'm like, how you gonna do this to me? To me, this is
hey, listen. It's a good thing that your girl is obsessed with you that much, just to brag to her friends in the group chat, whoever it is in that group chat, about you like that. Take that, because listen to what happened to me, and I don't know if this is what you want to end off on or what.
Objectified by women all the time. They all say the same thing. He's like, "Yo, Dante, you got a fat ass." I'm like, "Yo, you don't say that to me. Keep it to yourself."
I mean,
I walked up to you and I saw you with your thick ass Latina booty walking down the sidewalk, and I was like, "Damn, mama, you thick. You'd smack the shit out of me." So,
but you have to understand. I've noticed a lot in 2022. I've noticed this a lot.
Wait, wait a minute. You noticed Dante's fat ass?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
You said you noticed a lot.
You better. I'm making a general statement here that
brother,
women.
I'm just trying to make sure. We have to throw you in jail.
All right. Can I speak so I can make the point I was gonna make without you jumping down my goddamn throat? Goddamn. What I was gonna say. That's what he's doing.
Yo, wait up.
See, he's the one jumping down my throat. I'm about the one.
Yo, you jump him down.
You talking about asses and jumping down throats? What the fuck, my boy?
Hey, yo, this man's just wilding right now.
Listen, can I just speak? Can I just speak? Can we just forget that happened and let me just speak? I have noticed that women.
Think before you speak, Matt. Think before you speak.
I am going. Listen.
3 strikes, man.
Listen. I noticed a lot that women talk about guys having big butts or nice butts, and that's something that is a turn on for them or something they look for in a guy. And I've noticed this a lot more over the last couple of years. So if anything, that should be more. I know how you feel about it. I get how you feel about it, but that should be more or less a compliment for you, in my honest opinion.
Hey, I got a dump truck too. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Like it. I don't.
Wait, hold on. Hold the.
What did he say?
Fuck up, Hoochie man. You not gonna just get off after you just.
You see, that was your turn, motherfucker. It's your turn to decline.
That was my turn. I wanted
dump truck. Jail. What the fuck?
Hey, some women like guys who have big butts, and I used to play.
No. Okay, hold on. You didn't say. You didn't say you have a large rear. You said that you have and I quote, dump truck.
I do.
Listen,
Jail.
Hunter, you
Lock
better
his
hope
ass up.
you better hope that if you ever go to prison, nobody in prison hears this fucking episode.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't plan on it.
But yeah, Hoochie, man, you remember that time you said you had a dump truck? I'm ready to find out. Come here. Come here. You said you want to be part of the white power. Well, this is how you get in, boy.
I will say this much though, because Dante's like, oh, I don't like being objectified. Man, I wish women could objectify me. Actually, my buddy.
That's what I was trying to say about my dump truck. But go on.
So my buddy.
Why is everyone doubling down today? Why?
I don't understand what is going on.
Can I say something before I fucking
let the undercover brother
start
speak?
Shit?
Let him speak.
I was saying at work this past weekend, like, because I was working with my coworker, and he's a good-looking guy and stuff. Like, he's a little younger than I am. He's a good-looking dude, well-built and everything. So naturally, a guy can't say that about his boy?
Not on this episode, but continue.
Fuck you. Well, fuck you then. So I get a text from him a couple days ago. He's like, yo, some girl randomly just like found me on Instagram saying, oh, I saw you at where we were a couple days ago, because it was like some sort of ticket blitz we were doing in Tom's River.
You're losing me.
I'm sorry. So what I'm saying is some girl who was at our event, because it was like a big crowd or something, she literally went out of her way to find his Instagram and literally reach out to him. And I'm sitting here like, man, this lucky motherfucker. I wish women could objectify me and search me out like that. I'm jealous.
It's not luck. It's not luck. It has zero to do with luck.
It's game.
You're just ugly, and that's okay.
I'm not working.
Whoa, okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Lock me up.
Anyway, what I was trying to say is that there's a stereotype that all baseball players have big butts, and I used to play baseball, and I got a big butt. So there you go.
Oh, God. Listen, when you go to prison, Tyrone is going to love you, okay?
Hey,
why can't it be Tyrone, Matt? Why can't it be Billy Bob?
It could be Tyler, Billy Bob,
why
whatever.
Can't it be Jim Bob Cooter?
Well, there could be no Cooter where you're going, let me tell you.
Jim Bob Cooter?
That's an actual name.
There ain't no Cooter where you're going.
They gonna see Hunter Man coming, and they gonna be like,
yeah, boy.
Hey, wait. So, I just don't know who's been in the gym. Man? Who's been going to the gym? Mike, you still been in the gym, man?
I haven't been in the gym in like 2 weeks because I fucked up my my arm, so I haven't been going.
You haven't been in the gym in 2 weeks now, Matt. I know you.
Hey, I'm just saying, this is Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah, man. I know you've been getting in the gym, man. I know you've been working out, but you know what I love?
Before you say anything, I was going to say I've actually been to the gym the last 3 days this week. I didn't go today because today was a rest day, but I've been doing nothing but cardio because me and Mike are going to be hitting up Exotica next week. So I'm not looking fat in any of these photos I plan to take with any of these porn stars. So I'm trying to lose as much weight as possible. My goal is maybe like 5 to 10 pounds, but I don't think I'll hit the 10-pound part, but I'll definitely try and hit 5. My dad was just telling me today that I look slimmer. So that actually was
you know what I love about
for me. But what were you going to say?
I love about going to the gym, man. The gym fits. Gym fits. Sometimes we see, guys and girls, no homo. Because Matt, sorry, Hunter, y'all really fucked that up for us today. So the fits, man. Sometimes the girls have these dope ass fits on. I'm not even speaking sexually. Yes, we know girls with the big butts go to the gym. We all know this, but like these are like some dope looking fits. Guys have like on the tanks. Sometimes the gym shark and everything. But Matt, what the fuck is this?
Oh no.
What are we doing, Matt?
Why are you outing me like that?
Why you put my man Matt on blast like that? That's fucked up.
Why are you putting me on blast like that? That hurt. That hurt.
Mute his mic, Matt. You mute his mic.
Matt.
What?
You getting in the gym, you doing your thing. We need to get you some real gym fits.
That was a gym shirt. That's a gym shirt. It's a Robert Frank gym shirt. It's a tank that I bought for cardio because I was doing hardcore cardio that day.
We need to get you some. We need to get you some Gym Shark. We need to get you tricked out. No, we gotta get you the Nike.
I don't like
headband.
Gymshark stuff though. I don't like their stuff. I like
Matt. No, you don't understand. It's not about the fact that you like it. It's the fact the ladies like it. They see a man in some Gymshark at the gym. It's instant attraction right there. You gotta take it sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not. If I was lifting, I would take that advice. But I'm not lifting right now. I'm focusing more on weight loss, so I don't really care what I wear when I do cardio right now.
You actually lose more weight by lifting heavy weight versus.
No, I agree, but I don't. It's a self-confidence thing, and plus, usually I like to lift with my brother, and he is actually he's over at Rutgers, and he's not coming back anytime soon. So he usually helps me with some of my forms, so that I just get self-conscious about it,
bro. All right.
Oh, you know what? I didn't want to end off with the Phillies because they're still.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
1-1. 1-1. Series is tied. 1-1.
Hey, I didn't expect them to do anything outside of the wild card. The fact that they swept the Cardinals, the fact that they won one in Atlanta, and they're going into Philadelphia tomorrow it's going to be a packed house, sea of red. I'm looking forward to it. First playoff game in 11 years at Citizens Bank Park. I cannot.
Who they're playing the Braves, right?
Yes.
So could you imagine how fucking wild it would be if you beat the Braves in Philly?
In Philly? Oh, it's gonna be nuts.
It's best of 3, right? Or it's 3
best
out of 5?
5.
Yeah, it's best of 5. Yeah, so it's 1-1. So if you can win the next 2 straight games, right? It's two games.
Yeah.
So if
they've been on the road. They've been on the road for a while, and I'm just saying we haven't seen Kyle Schwarber hit a home run yet in the postseason.
That might actually I could see this being pretty big for you guys if you win this. I'm not gonna lie. Do I think you'll beat the Braves? I don't know. But I'm certainly hoping for your sake that you guys win.
Go Yankees.
Yeah.
Go Yankees.
On that note, Undercover Brother hit him with the socials.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out.
Hit him with the socials.
As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out episode 18 of the Bromigos podcast. Please follow us on social media, including but not limited to our Twitter account, which is Bromigos Pod, Instagram, The Bromigos Pod, TikTok, The Bromigos Podcast, and you can also check us out on a multitude of different podcasting platforms. Just search us up. And, of course, shout out to Full Swap Radio for syndicating our show. You can catch us every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, take us out, people.
Thank you for coming to the YouTube. Thank you for listening to us on all streaming platforms. We appreciate y'all, and we're going to catch y'all next week. Peace.
You've been listening to the Bromigos podcast.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow. I beat him.